Why are some properties in the GTA selling firm and others are not? I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Hi, I'm Jackie Othen here, your Toronto Realtor, and if you want to stay on top of the latest and greatest in 2023 real estate updates, you want to hit the subscribe button down below, and remember, turn that bell on for notifications so you never miss an update from our team. 2023 real estate market is off to a start. If you're wondering what's happening in the real estate market, I'm going to tell you right now, we're starting to see some things that I didn't really expect we would see this early in the market. The first thing is things are selling firm, and how on earth are they selling firm in this kind of a market? Many of you are asking. I've got clients who'll go out and see a property and the property is selling firm, and the clients will call me and say, how did that even happen? How were they able to buy firm? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why people are able to buy firm in this specific market. Number 1, they're doing their home inspection ahead of time. They are not clogging up the offer with the home inspection condition, and they have a very firm grip on their finances. Number 2, people who are buying firm, odds are buying well below their pre-approved thresholds. So if you're watching this, you don't know what I'm talking about. Each of us, when we are talking to a banker or a mortgage broker, are getting a pre-approval. We're given an idea of what our purse is, how much we can actually spend on a property. But given that it's January and we've just finished the year off and there were not a lot of sales that took place between, I'm going to say, October through to December, when we're buying something, whether it's for $1 million or $2 million or $3 million, what the bank is doing on the other end of the deal, before they fund your deal, they're asking themselves, is property on Banana Street worth $2 million? And they're doing a finite adjudication with an underwriter to see if that value is what you paid, is what they can defend and are willing to loan you out for. If you're buying on a condition of financing, it doesn't matter. You've got that due diligence period where you can actually get the financing reviewed and checked over to make sure that what you paid is what the bank is willing to loan you. But when you're buying firm, you don't have that period. You are a little bit exposed, and particularly in January, there are not enough good comparables to support the new prices. Maybe it's a higher price, maybe it's a great price. Doesn't matter. The bank is going to have a bit of a hard time being able to find good comparables in January because of the lack of the sales. So people who are able to buy firm, I'm going to say, are people who are buying well under their pre-approved limit. So if the bank says you can buy up to 2.5, the question isn't, okay, great, or the answer isn't, great, let me go shopping at the $2.5 million range. The question that you should be thinking about and discussing with a real estate professional and your partner is, at what price can we buy firm? Can we buy at $2.2 million and not worry about financing because we've got a $300,000 gap between our buying zone and our maximum pre-approved zone? If that's the case, you're probably okay. But again, don't work on probablys. You want an expert to help you to be certain, because once you buy firm, you can't unravel that. You've placed a deposit, you've made a purchasing commitment to a seller, and you've got to see that through. Otherwise, you could forfeit your deposit. Otherwise, you could be sued. You don't want to put yourself in that position. So the people right now that I'm going to say are buying firm are buying well below their purchase power, and or they probably have a lot of cash stacked up to deal with any problems that may arise. They're likely not going to be people who are buying with 20% down payment or less. That might prove challenging because there are some really great deals that are popping up. You might feel like you want to buy firm, but if you cannot buy firm, you should not buy firm. So you want to think about that. Also, people who are buying all cash. Notoriously, people who are buying cash don't need a financial contingency, and usually if you're buying something for $1.5 million or $2 or $3 or $5 or $10 million, if it's a cash purchase, you can buy firm. You know exactly what you've got in the bank, and even if there's a challenge, you've got money to throw at that. And appraisals are not a concern to cash buyers because, again, they're not going to the bank for financing. So be aware out there, be careful. Not everyone is able to buy firm in this type of a market, and it's better that you know whether you can or you can't, and at what price you can and at what price you can't. And finally, somebody else who's able to buy firm in this kind of a market or any kind of market is usually someone who is not ultra conservative. It's someone who is able to take a certain amount of risk and understands the risks that come with it. So if you're contemplating writing a firm offer and you are conservative, that's probably not a great decision, because you should have someone explain to you the risks that go with writing a firm offer. But if you have bought and sold in all sorts of markets, aggressive markets, slow markets, down markets, then you understand the risks that come with it. You may be able to make that decision to buy firm with the help of an expert real estate professional in your corner. Good luck out there. Happy buying and happy selling.